Hello everyone and welcome back to the Quake World Championships 2023. I'm Lethal, I'm with this Quake Giga Chad, that is ZSX. And we are now going to be starting things off with SPART1E versus ZENAKU very shortly here. And Dan, well, I was hoping it would be a little bit of a belter, but it's going to be a tough nut to crack because of course Zen coming off that loss against Razy. And now he has to face against SPART1E, where, so not SPART1E, well yeah, SPART1E of course. But with Zen now, he's going to be looking to take his aggression out on someone here.
I think I agree, and SPART1E's got this far in the tournament, but whenever I've been casting him, I'll be honest, I have not been convinced. He's played stable, he's played smart, but he's not given me anything that suggests he can beat Zen.
Yeah.
When I casted Zen up there, he was phenomenal and incredibly unlucky to be at this stage. So it's going to be a really tough ask for SPART1E and his fans out there.
Yeah, his fans, yeah. It depends how many fans he has at the moment. He hasn't been around in the Pro League that much, but yeah, you could gain a few, but for Zen, he's looking just to make his mark in a lower bracket and just continue on forward. It's not like it's been the first time or the last time. I'm sure he'll create a little Cinderella story here, but we'll see what SPART1E can do. But of course, it's a tall order, big ask here, but let's see what's going to happen now. We're going to start things off from Zen's perspective.
Yeah, and it is the B stream, and we don't really know what's going on, so we take it as it comes. We are apparently starting on Blood Covenant with the Nyx against Athena. Seen SPART1E on this map a few times today, and he's been playing either the Nyx or the Visor. So now he gets the Athena, so he should, in theory, be able to be more proactive than we seen him earlier today. But we are starting over on Zen's POV. He has that rail gun at his disposal. I'm playing nice and slow. SPART1E doesn't have rockets, and that's a bit of a problem, so he has to work his way slowly around the map.
Yeah, map, we have no clue. Champions don't even ask at this point. 40 seconds in, hits that first initial rail. And Mega has been picked up. Heavy will be delayed just a tad, but you'll have an educated guess as when that will be picked up. But slow and steady here at the very beginning of this matchup, but this is normally Zen's style at the very beginning, to feel out his opponent and see what SPART1E's up to. It's a shame he's not on cam because I'd love to see SPART1E slam his keyboard or his desk a few times, but not going to be the case. But a minute in so far, again, as I mentioned, just a slow start, just feeling each other out and just assessing the situation. Yeah,
very slow, very cagey, pretty stereotypical for the games I have cast this SPART1E this tournament so far. And his strategy's more or less been, I'll take fights when I'm happy. I want to keep the score close so I can stay in the game. And it inevitably ends up as a, 2-1, 3-2, extremely low scoring. Almost to the point where he's playing so his opponents make a mistake. They make an overstep. Now Zen, maybe one of the most disciplined players in the Pro League, won't be falling for that, comes in aggressively, ghost walks immediately. SPART1E knows the timing, goes back, but he has to take the fight now. They have to go toe-to-toe, and SPART1E does not have the stack to do that one.
No, he certainly doesn't indeed, as Zen finally gets his first initial frag. It was a very slow start, kind of felt like I was watching two medium champions go at it without the mobility, but it looks like finally he was able to put that to rest, get a good amount of LG there, but SPART1E actually gets a lot of damage done himself, really and actually gets away, but both of them on the pretty much similar stacks and looking to try and get cheeky with that tri-bolt, but Dan, Heavy's coming up at any second now.
Yeah, SPART1E can't really fight there, nor can Zen, but Zen has the ghost walk. So, but both being very, very low, will reset. Zen gets the better of that engagement, considering he gets the Heavy to fall back on, has all the items. Ghost walks up aggressively. SPART1E, not sure if he knows that. He heard the jump pad, but he's just to get out. That uncertainty means he does retreat to reset position and then work up to the mid ground. Being one frag down, he obviously has to move, but there's so much time in the locker. He can slowly build his way back into this map.
Yeah, I like this from SPART1E. He didn't go straight for a trade or anything like that, like it's one of his characteristics on spawn, but not let things spiral out of control either. But SPART1E hasn't got the stack advantage here, but has actually equalised it, considering that little LG bout to try to get a cheeky rail before he went up the rocket jump pad, but sadly was not able to get it. But considering Zen's position right now, he's actually trying to pick up that Mega. My goodness, very, very risky play, but surely it's just a matter of time. There we have it, a very risky play which did not pay off, as Zen is now up 2-0.
Yeah, very risky indeed, as I said before. His style has been to play risk-averse, so I'm not sure exactly what he saw in that situation to validate that, but nonetheless, it backfired. It's given Zen total map control, and he's going to run with that. SPART1E, nothing to work with at the moment, working his way around to the rail. Zen does know it, though. Has the ghost walk coming out cooldown, so he can take an engagement if he needs to, can be aggressive. And he's just got this perfect split between the major items now as well.
Certainly has 9 items for Zen and 4 for Sparty so far. Nice clean-up duty then, and with the stack still available, he can continue that aggression and the pressure straight afterwards. He isn't going to go too crazy, trying to get a little bit flaring up on the server with the now go jump, but does manage it. But see now if it doesn't waste too much time for him before getting that Mega, but he knew the Mega was going to be out for a while, so plenty of time left to get into position. So now Zen to find a few rockets, just a kind of a warning sign to let Sparty know that he's already here. See you later, good night. Don't want you to have any part of that Mega contention. And now, standing his ground, just abusing that verticality, that height advantage he once had. Picked up the heavy, and now matters it even worse. Sparty have to play the running game now.
Exactly, yeah. Sparty's on the ropes here, showing no real way of how he's going to get back into this game. He's got himself the rail now, he's got the high ground position, but there's the Ghost Wall, perfect timing by Zen. And all Sparty can do is retreat. Without the knowledge, without the oversight of exactly where his opponent is, he just cannot take that fight. So Ben is playing this perfectly. Great rail on the drop down from Sparty though. That gets him back into this one. He has to try and make something happen now. That's huge. You have to take this window of opportunity, but Zen is just like keeping his items lethal. There's not really much Sparty's looking to do in the way of making a move. Only 4 items all game to Zen's 14.
Yeah, I've not really felt like Zen's been pressured enough or felt like he's out of control here. A few risky plays coming up for Sparty, but it's never worked out for some good rockets coming out as he picked up the Mega and using that Ghost Walk to get away with the tail between his legs. But look how weak Sparty is. Good rocket there. Not obviously a huge amount, but enough to just push the bow a little bit more.
It's just delaying it, right? With the heavy coming up, it means Sparty just has to take another couple of seconds to reset, get his stack back, and that allows Zen to get in and just get back to that massive stack advantage. Now the Ghost Walk isn't up, and that rail is critical. The second one doesn't commit, but Sparty is in the area to finally get himself a Mega. No, he gets knocked down. Critical timing from Zen once again.
Oh my god, that rocket. I thought the one between Strong Sage and Benga was good, but Jesus Christ, what a way to... He must have slapped his desk at some point.
That was slow motion between the eyes, man. Oh dear.
Unbelievable from Zen. Even he's probably thinking, oh yeah, that weren't too bad. It was all right.
Yeah,
not too shabby.
Oh, that was painful to even watch.
But still, Sparty will stand in his ground temporarily. He's backing away with the rail. Heavy's going to be up any second now, and he's going to try and, again, Zen continue with that positional advantage. But finally, for the first time in quite a while, Sparty with that stack advantage, well, not even a stack advantage anymore, barely if you're talking about this next situation. But at least he's got a little bit of height. He's not lurking around bottom Mega and taking some kind of crazy risk. But he's coming with the LG now, but don't forget, he does have that Ghost Walk if he needs to initiate it, which he has done. Good stuff from Zen now to back away and just recover.
Exactly. So Sparty's trying to force the issue. It's probably the right counter, but with all the utility of Nyx once again, without having burnt the Ghost Walk, it's really the first step in the process of killing a Nyx. It's getting into her face, forcing the Ghost Walk, turning that into some degree of pressure, but it's the latter part of that process that Sparty is struggling with, because Zen got the pickup before the Ghost Walk, so was able to convert that into his own stabilization, and there's another frag for ZENAKU.
Yeah, that 2-0 prediction is starting to come to light, especially still hasn't got a frag, but it's like I said before, not really been a moment here and there. I feel like Zen was out of control. It's just that one rail earlier when Sparty was approaching the Mega could have absolutely changed things massively in this first map. But oh, it's coming in with the mobility though, and he still takes him down there. Still left on 95 HP, mind you, still got the light bottom Mega available soon, and he still has that Mega coming up now.
Yeah, but it just reeks of desperation, which, you know, rightly so. 2 minutes to go. He wants to find a way to at least make it competitive, give himself a chance. He has to take any opportunity he can to close the gap. And unfortunately, it wasn't to be. Not the most clinical of pushes from Sparty. And he hasn't really had much opportunity just because of the authority that ZENAKU has stamped onto this map. He's maintained almost perfect control since the opening stages. He's not played reckless, he's not overcommitted, and he's used the Ghost Walk to posture. He's popped it in and around the major items to force Sparty away. There was another time he did the same, but this time, slight miscalculation, and Sparty does punish it.
Oh, a fair amount of LG damage there, and literally couldn't even strafe. It's just hugging that pillar from that LG. Yeah, 100%. Deleted pretty much. And That's going to be pretty much done here for this first match. It's all got minute 10 left remaining, and Zen is just going to stay alive, play silly buggers for a little bit, ever as we head into that second map.
Yeah, Spuddy kind of took his hands off the mouse and keyboard for a few seconds, accepting his fate, accepting it's over, and mentally resetting for map 2, which unfortunately we don't know what it is or what the champions are or anything in the above, so we are exploring this together with you all.
Welcome to the bestiary, where anything can happen. And
there you go, it's exciting, right?
Gonna add a little bit more unpredictability, I suppose, but we have seen some wacky stuff. Like yesterday, I think I did like 5 out of 6 matches with like all 2-1s and stuff like that. It was just unreal, some of the results which were unfolding at the time, but yeah, just letting these guys just continue on. Nice little vertical rail there coming out from SPART1E, just cushion the blow a little bit, as he's now going to try and get that second rail. Doesn't hit it, but I'm sure we'll get that third frag nonetheless, until that ghost walk popped, and he's like, oh, maybe he's lurking around here. He absolutely ain't, but does find him in the end, and still manages to get away. Okay, maybe not.
Yeah, there we go. More respectable, but a loss nonetheless. Zen takes it 1-0 in this lower bracket game. Remember, whoever does lose this, unfortunately, will be going home. So SPART1E, tournament life on the line now, losing this 1-0 to ZENAKU.
Yeah, I'm not too sure if this is losing round 1 or round 2. I assume this is round 2, considering Zen's position. So this is basically the match for top 8, and to see who's going to continue on into the lower bracket later on. And we've seen it before with Zen. Even last year, he went out, I think, around the quarters as well in the upper bracket, and then, of course, had that very, very unfortunate final frag with Rafa, as we all remember, with that shotty, which was a little bit of a pain, but maybe with that knockback now in effect with the shotgun at the time, it could have been a little bit of a different story now in comparison. And now it looks like we could be heading into Corrupted Keep. The champion picks, honestly, I have no idea. We saw a kill earlier on the main stage, which is absolutely crazy, so it seems like SPART1E may be rocking the Eisen, and of course on the other side we're going to get the BJ. So, you know, I wouldn't say slightly meta, but I'm very interested to see what SPART1E's going to do with the Eisen, as it's something we very rarely see nowadays. But on the odd occasion we have done. No, switching to the shot. Okay, we're back to meta.
I was going to say that's a lot more normal at this stage of the map for champion picks. You shouldn't really be locking in something like an Eisen in this map, which is useful, but there are definitely better things on the board. I'm presuming something like a Ranger got banned out here, which leaves them with these two that we see, which is, you know, fairly standard. BJ, a little bit more off meta, but much more of a personal preference pick for people. As we know, right, this is a map where you have a lot of occasions to utilize that dual wield, whether that's just locking into LG fights, whether it's the heavy machine gun spam. There's so many opportunities just to deal damage. Let's double it for that period of time, right? So it's a good champion nonetheless, and we know what we get from Strong. We see it basically every series. Yeah,
certainly will do. It's just weird how we've seen such crazy Corrupted Keep games. It's nice that we're going more meta-esque kind of thing. Like as I mentioned before, I saw Max still rocking a kill. We actually almost defeated Kilson, which was ridiculous. And we've seen a lot more of kill now, and we've not actually seen the entirety of the Pro League. It might just be because in an offline setting, especially on this LAN build, that maybe the pineapples are actually more, not that they're more effective, but as a hitbox, it maybe be a bit more effective there. Obviously, not 100% sure. Don't quote me on it. Honestly, don't quote me on anything, because I can guarantee 99% of the time I'm probably wrong, as we're now going to head into this game, starting off from SPART1E's perspective to see if we can put on a better performance compared to that first map.
Humility is a very good trait, Ethan.
It is, mate. It is. We'll just call it that.
Yeah, we are starting over here on SPART1E's pop over on that Strog, going super aggressive, doing a decent amount of damage as well off the back, continuing and progressing over on ZENAKU here, but he's gone a step too far, taking a huge amount of damage on the defensive rockets, and now he walks away licking his wounds.
Picks up the Mega, mind you, still hasn't got any lights, hasn't got any rockets, hasn't got a tri-bolt, hasn't got barely any LG ammo, so this is looking a little bit bleak at the moment, but he does pick up that initial light from the red room. Both items are going to be up shortly. There's about a second apart between the two. It depends on which way Zen is going to go for them. Likely above him at this stage, but still finally managed to get the rockets, and now up to a decent enough stack. Maybe not enough compared to Zen, but considering the circumstance he was in, with like barely any LG ammo, only a shotty to his name, no rockets, anything else, but looking in a much better state compared to what we saw 30 seconds ago.
Here comes that dual wield. Huge amounts of damage. Lovely defensive rockets, but the damage from Zen is also just as good. SPART1E's gone around the corner. Zen loses track, and first blood to Sweden.
My goodness, those rockets, if just one of them didn't hit, he would have been
Yeah.
Absolutely done for, but good stuff there from Sparty getting that first initial frag and getting a little bit of a confidence boost after that first initial map. Good LG coming out there from Sparty, but coming in with the shotgun, he kills at the Mega at the exact same time, but he didn't be able to clear it. Yes, he does. My goodness, 2-0.
Runs out of ammo and ouch, that's gotta hurt.
Still though, just chilling around the TP, just trying to get info whilst he awaits upon that heavy, but still doing a lot of damage done with that machine gun, mind you. But look at the stack, still Zen with that advantage here. Mega's up in a couple of seconds. Surely Sparty's not going to drop down for this. Using that dual, just a little bit of a threat, but still tried to drop for that Mega.
He does. ZENAKU being over aggressive now, and this is what I like to see from Sparty. This is why I definitely feel he plays his best Quake. This tournament we've seen him play very reserved, but he can find that balance. He can be aggressive, but also managing it. That's when he's very, very scary. Zen is playing into it at the moment, but Zen's main objective is to lock down control. And we know how scary he can be if he gets that rotation going. He's got that heavy. He's trying. He's done this to get in on this Mega, and he's got it, but at what cost? Once again, he's low. Sparty's done an immense amount of damage from up above. Surely he's in a better position to get a frag here. Heavy machine from both.
Oh my god.
Long range shotgun apparently is the one to finish off Zen.
The track record of those shotgun shots I've seen in the past is not really been favouring the shoddy player, but that time round, Sparty makes it work. Diving on in, he got maybe still 4-0 favour Sparty here. The cracking job so far, just keeping this lead. But you got to remember, it's only 3 minutes in. It can completely turn on its head. And now Sparty can't really get overzealous here or too aggressive. Needs to play this smart with the heavy machine gun and just keep track of his ammo count as well, as he's been a little bit low here and there, but still able to make some of these situations work.
Yeah, absolutely, and Zen's finding it really difficult at the moment. As I said, he's trying to assert himself, trying to get that full control, but Sparty is contesting. It does feel like the momentum is shifting ever so slightly as we go around this rotation time and time again. And at this time, Zen will get his first clean double pickup all map long. Now, big challenges for Sparty. Can he hit the same level as Phantom Rockets as we saw in the opening? The lovely double back, catching Zen massively off guard. Huge amounts of damage coming out from Sparty once again. He's low, but he was low before and he got away, and he's got away now.
You can see that Zen wasn't actually expecting it or anticipating it at one point, going back up the red room stairs, but 4 minutes in now, finally Zen gets his first frag, which is not something we would normally say, but almost getting that second initial frag, but doesn't get the chance to clean him up, but knows that Sparty's rotated all the way back around, especially after that last rocket. But he's gone back again. Heavy's up in 12. You can see now Zen just getting all his ammo count back up to normal. He's got the light ready and he's ready to engage once again. Gets a little bit of heavy machine gun damage there, trying to get a bit more of the tri-bolt as well, but he knows he can't enter the premise for that heavy.
Big damage from the Pika, but Sparky? No, Sparty.
It could be a Sparky.
It could be. Sparty is living dangerously at the moment, and he's not getting the items, which is going to become more and more problematic. As I said, he has the lead, but this is all the hard work Zen has been putting in, is to get to this point where he has that full rotation. He's got the lights on rotation as well, which leaves his opponent was just scrapped at the most to compete with.
Still with that free frag lead. Pika available again. Sparty's actually just directly underneath. He just found him. He was waiting for that light in red room, but he made the right rotation. Thank goodness. If he went the other way, he would have been absolutely curtains in terms of the situation. He would have planted himself in and back on spawn. Zen got that second frag, but heavy up in 12, and now Zen's actually going to see if we can do a little bit more damage onto him before making his way. Just going back and forth just to pile on a lot more pressure. Peak is there, but stopped it straight away. Using that dual with LG straight away, and now he's heading over to the heavy. And now you've got to remember that Sparty once again now needs to make an educated guess for when this heavy is going to appear, but for now though, he even gets caught with the LG as he passing through, trying to get away and use his health bubbles just to give a bit of momentum, at least to help himself stack-wise to continue that engagement. But still though, Rockets aren't looking too great here. Sparty has to back off once more.
Now you can see the respect from Zen, but he knows now he's closing the gap. He's got more and more time and leeway to do this his way, the right way. He doesn't want to give up that stack, and he's got both major items and that upper light on the rotation as well. So he knows Sparty has very, very little to work with, and it more or less is a matter of time, as long as he doesn't take unnecessary damage, that he can continue to just build that pressure and regain the lead.
Yeah, 6 items for Sparty and 20 for Zen so far. Oh my goodness, you saw him standing there still a little bit with that Pika. But he was thinking about going towards that, not obviously the red room itself, but to get that health bubble. But yeah, literally on 1 HP. And the dream is not looking very real at the moment. But the best we can do in this situation is just try and delay it as much as possible. Yeah, it makes sense. Tactical suicide there, and now going to regain some momentum. But coming up with the LG again. Oh, and even when he was trying to get away, probably not the best of moves, but in the end, they're trying to make it work. Not going to happen. 3 apiece now as Zen has tied things up.
Yeah, it's the right move. I think maybe Sparty should have delayed a little bit longer before killing himself, because then he could have spawned over by the Mega and got himself a major item.
Yeah.
But either way, I like the thought process. It kind of backfired as he gave away literally 2 frags for 1. And now he's in a world of pain. And we said it from the opening, Lethal. Even though Sparty had the lead, he wasn't doing enough to push Zen off the map. You know, those opening few rotations where he got fragged, it was do or die. He did immense amount of damage, but it was relying on perfect execution, which can only happen so often. And as soon as you miss out on that, as soon as you don't execute perfectly, that's where Zen swoops on in and he takes the map away. Now we've got a lot of time left on keep, 2 minutes. It's only a frag, but my problem is he hasn't done anything to show me why that's not going to change.
Yeah, the lack of item control definitely been one of the main factors here, as he's pushing with that dual wield. Defensive rockets coming out from Sparty, but it's backed away far enough to give Zen a little bit more damage with that heavy machine gun as he's rotating back around towards the tri-bolt. Finds him with the LG. Good rocket from Sparty, but it's going to be enough here. Heavy's going to be up for quite a while, and using that shoddy as well. Heavy's going to come up in a second. Basically, Zen basically telling him, yeah, I delayed it so far, but there's absolutely no way you're going to be even having an attempt to pick that up, and Zen now extends it by 3.
Yeah, and now with a minute and a half to go, it's looking really hard. Sparty has all of the items, so he has to make it count by getting a clean frag here. Obviously, the early pop of the dual word from Zen, backing off. If Sparty can get a clean frag here into the items, into a potential refrag, you know, there's a lot of ifs and buts there, but that is how he gets back into this. It's going to be possible. But with a minute left, got to effectively double his scoreline. And now that's frustration.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah. That's all she wrote. Sparty's path at QuakeCon 2023, the QPL World Championships, does come out to an end, but it's a respectable position. I think it's 8th to 12th, right? And he goes home against a player who has been putting in some phenomenal performances and will be an underdog to even win it. So, a big respect for Sparty to getting this far. It's lovely to see him getting back to this stage, considering, you know, all that's happened. So, well played, Sparty. Well
Considering his seeding as well, like coming into this, he took down Tox earlier on, and obviously coming here now making it top 12. Considering he came from the global qualifiers or the EU qualifier, one of the two, he hasn't really done too bad, mate. He hasn't done too bad.
No, you know, a decent group as well, and a decent pathway to get to this point. And yeah, he put in some respectable performances. We've seen a different side to Sparty, a more mature side to Sparty, and so, you know, I'm sure it's never fun to go home, but I'm sure he's happy enough with where he got to, and we will see Zen progressing.
I hope he's matured considering his age, but
true.
maybe another 20 more years he'll mature a little bit more, we'll see. But that's that match all done and dusted. Still got a couple more left to go. I think we've only got 1 or 2 more left on the B stream. Again, like I said, don't quote me on it, but when we come back, we'll have another match. It'll be Ketchup and myself casting the next lower bracket game, so don't go anywhere as we're back in just a few moments.